In this video, I'm going to share my experience of how to become a better chess player. I choose the title, play the opening like a book, the middle game like a magician, and the end game like a machine from Spielmann. This is the title which I really love for the purpose of this video because the title says it all. First thing, you need to study your opening, not memorizing the moves, but you need to understand the basic ideas and plans behind the opening and the moves you play. And the middle game is all about the chess tactics, combinations. You need to study your chess. You need to solve some chess puzzles to get better. And the last phase of the game, the end game, is the hardest phase for me, at least. I believe it is the hardest. You need to study end games with the queen end games, the rook end games, pawn end games, and so on. So chess is a long journey. It's a marathon. You need to study and you need to play some games to get better. But in this video, I'm going to share 3 of my games. I'm going to share my chess progress with you guys, and we're going to briefly analyze 3 of my games, and I'm going to share some tips and tricks during the games which will be covered. So stay tuned for that, and let's get to the first game. This is Blitz chess, but those are really nice games. They're all above 90%, so you will see some amazing chess, and I hope you will learn some stuff. Stay tuned for tips and tricks. We have Jugler chess. Open the game with knight c3. I play d6. We have e4 taking the center. Knight jumps to f6. We have d4, g6, and knight to e2. Bishop goes to g7 and f3. And if you see this move, f3, securing the e4 pawn, this is called the 150 attack. In Pirt's defense, White's plan is pretty straightforward: to put the bishop on e3, queen on d2, and then try to exchange the black dark square bishop, push the h-pawn, and try to checkmate the black king. And in this game, I'm going to show you my typical plan, how to not get mated, and how to challenge white king. First, we start with move c6. We're preparing to expand on the queen side, and white is going to expand on the king side. We have bishop to e3, and we play b5. And now queen goes to d2. The usual plan, trying to exchange the bishop. We have knight from b to d7, preparing knight b6 and knight c4. Idea: g4, starting of the king side expansion, knight b6, the plan, knight jumps to g3, nice, the bishop is nicely covering the c4 square, so we cannot jump in that square. And here I made a slight mistake. I developed a piece. I tried to develop all of the pieces, but here in this position, one quick line, you need to execute b4. This is the best approach, and after the best move, knight jumps to d1, you play h5, you challenge the g-pawn, and after the push, knight, this d7 square is available for the knight, so knight to d7, h4, defending and securing the g-pawn. You just strike in the center with c5, and after f4, we have castles by black. We have castles by black, and as you can see by the evil, the position is the position is slightly better for black. This would be the best approach. Black king is fine, so but I made a slight mistake, and my opponent played h4. Here you need to stop the pawns, so h5 needs to be played. When we have g5, knight jumps to d7, and now castles, which is a slight mistake, but during the game I didn't thought that this move is bad, and now we have I started the attack. You need to play b4, dislodge this knight, trying to get if knight lands on e2, we have the c4 square available, so he played knight to e2, and I immediately jumped on c4 square, and after queen goes to d3, I pick up the bishop, which is an inaccuracy. Here in this position, let's go back. Sorry. This is the, sorry. Let's go back after queen to d3. After queen to d3, you need to find the best continuation for black, and this is bishop to a6. This is the best move, and the point is that now this queen has got not a lot of squares, and I'm going to show you how poisonous is this position, because let's say, for example, white plays b3, you challenge the knight, and now this is the critical position. You're black. What do you play here? You can comment your move in the comments down below. And if you found the idea behind this move, you are truly on a rank of master or grandmaster. I think you can all found the first move, but the idea behind the move is something different. You need to play queen to a5. Maybe you found the move, but now I'm going to show you the idea. Let's say, for example, in this position, white is ignoring black's threats, and he just wants to expand on the king side. So let's say, for example, f4. This would be a big blunder because queen takes a2. And now the point is that knight is nicely covering the escape square from the white king, and queen to a1 is checkmate. So you need to capture the knight, but now bishop captures on c4. And where is the white queen going? White queen is trapped, and if you want to keep the queen on the board, you're just getting mated, so you can't play that. And here I'm going to show you the best approach for white to deal with this situation. You need to accept the knight, but now you play the other knight jumps in action, so a lot of pressure on that c4 square, and after queen goes to b3, we have bishop takes on c4, nicely eyeing the queen and the pawn. Queen goes to b2, and bishop takes on a2. Knight jumps to f4. You need to secure this. You need to secure this c4 square. So c5, trying to open the c line, and king goes to d2. Knight jumps to a4. You attack the queen. Bishop delivers check on b5. Queen takes the bishop, and queen takes the bishop. And after c takes on d4, you cannot capture the pawn because you forget about the dark square bishop. So bishop needs to move. And after knight to c3, as you can see, the rook is coming to c8. Black is going to castle. White king is in the center of the board. By the evil, this is 2.5 for black, completely winning. I would choose always black in this position. Here I played knight takes on e3, which is an inaccuracy, and he captured the knight. And after queen to a5, king goes to b1, nicely securing the a2 pawn, and I strike in the center with c5. Bishop goes to h3. Knight jumps to b6, eyeing that c4 square. D takes on c5, a mistake. D takes on c5, missed move, and he played rook from h to e1. I cancelled my king, and here he played e5. The point of this move, he wanted to close this long diagonal because this is the most powerful piece on the board. And here I played bishop to d5, which is a missed move, but I think it's a very natural move because the idea is to play queen takes on a2, and here I'm going to show you one quick line which is should have been played. You need to find knight to c4. This is the best square for the knight, and after the best defense, queen goes to b3. You capture the pawn with the knight, so this is the point behind this move. And after f4, for example, you play c4. Amazing stuff. Where is the white queen going? Queen goes to e3, and after knight to f3, knight is nicely defended by the bishop, as you can see. Rook goes to f1. You're trying to capture the knight, but after rook from a to d8, you cannot capture the knight because you're getting mated. So at the end of the line, this is black is completely winning. So yeah, I missed this move and I play bishop to d5. He stopped with b3, and I played e6. I tried to cement this bishop, but this is an inaccuracy. He played f4. He cemented his e5 pawn, so this bishop is trapped. And I continued with c4, trying to open that white king. f5, we have c takes on b3, c takes on b3, and e takes on f5. And here in this position, I think he knew that he's going to get destroyed. He tried something and he sacrificed a knight. But now in this position, I played bishop to e4. This is with check. Sorry. This is with check. King goes to d3, and rook from f to d8. Knight jumps to c1, defending the rook, and here the mate. We have knight jumps to d5, attacks the queen, and he tried knight on f6 with check, but now you don't capture with the knight, you capture with the bishop. So bishop takes on f6. Your queen is attacked, so you cannot capture the bishop because you would lose a queen. You need to be very careful. Queen goes to d2, but now I played knight jumps to c3. And here he played king to a1, getting in the mask of the bishop, but after king goes to c2, black has got a powerful continuation in rook takes on d3, and after knight takes on d3, you're getting mated because queen takes on a2, and this is the only move, but sorry, this is a nice mate. So yeah, if we go back in this position, he played king to a1, and here I just captured the pawn. He first captured the rook, and I captured with the rook. The queen is attacked. The bishop is nicely defending the rook, and the queen is nicely defending the rook. He captured the knight. This is the last mistake. I'm going to give it a big blunder, but it is hopeless. And here I delivered a nice checkmate with the dragon, the best piece in the Pirt's defense. So here you have it. This is the first game, 2 more to go. We have e4 by Gerald. I play d6, knight f3, knight f6, attacking the e4 pawn. He played e5. These are some of the tricks which blitz players like to play. D takes on e5, and after knight takes on e5, g6, and he played d4. Nicely, this knight is nicely placed on that e5 square. I developed the bishop. We have c4 and castles. Knight jumps to c3, and I developed the knight to d7. Here I'm going to show you a quick line how you can quickly attack this center. You need to play c5, and let's say, for example, d takes on c5. You play queen to c7, you attack the pawn and the knight, and after knight jumps to d3, let's say, for example, to defend the pawn, you just play bishop to f5. You try to capture the knight and then capture the pawn. So bishop to f4, a Zwischenzug, attacking the attacking the black queen, and after queen to c8, let's say, for example, queen goes to b3, the position is much better for black. It's 1.5 advantage. So yeah, I developed the knight to d7, and he jumped back with the knight to f3, and I strike with c5, and as you can see, I am a little bit better. He pushed the pawn, and here I played a6. And in this position, the two amazing lines, quick lines, you need to, the point is that you need to challenge the d5 pawn, because the white king is still in the center of the board. And let's say, for example, if he captures the pawn, you don't recapture the pawn, but you play rook to e8. You pin the pawn, he needs to develop the bishop, and then you capture the pawn. And if I go back in this position, let's say, for example, if he tries to push the pawn, this line is much more interesting. You push e5. This pawn is nicely defended by the knight, as you can see. And let's say, for example, bishop to e2, because on d3 square he's getting forked. You play e4. You push the pawn one square. And after knight jumps to d2, you play e3. You sacrifice a pawn, and after to open the white king, and after f takes on e3, you play knight to e5. And after castles, queen takes on d6, and as you can see, this pawn is very weak. We're going to soon attack it, and black has got pretty straightforward plan, developing the rook, developing the bishop, putting the rooks on the open file. So I would choose black in this position. I played a6. I tried to play for b5 idea. He stopped it with a4, and I developed the rook to e8. Bishop goes to e2 and e6. He played d6, and here I went wrong. I played knight jumps to b8, which is an inaccuracy. Here the best continuation would be to go for b6 idea and maybe bishop to b7. I tried to remaneuver my knight to c6 because I was eyeing that d4 square, and he castles. I played knight to c6, and he continued with bishop to f4. The better square was to put the bishop on g5. I developed the bishop. This pawn is going nowhere. He really wanted to defend the d6 pawn with the bishop, so I think he developed the bishop here. Here he went back. He maybe thought that he needed more control of that d4 square. I continued with b6. Sorry, he attacked the pawn. I continue with b6, and he tried to dislodge the pawn because if I push, he takes the pawn, and here this bishop was really annoying, and here I should have gone for the pawn, and I could just grab the pawn and I would be much better. But this bishop was really annoying me, and I went for the bishop. I jumped on g4 with the knight. He played bishop to g5, and here I played queen to b8, which is a mistake. And here I lost the advantage. But the move is pretty straightforward. You need to play f6, and for example, bishop to f4, you capture the pawn. Knight jumps to d2, you black would attack the knight. You just play e5. You don't care about this knight. You have a lot of pawns in front of the king who are getting closer to that white king. And after captures, let's say, for example, captures on f4, bishop goes f to f3, attacking the rook, and rook to a7. The position is described as equal, but here I would choose black. The pawns are going forward like in King's Indian, and the king will hide. You have the rooks active. I would choose black. I played queen to b8. Unfortunately, he captured the pawn. h6 was played, challenging the bishop. Bishop goes to f4, and queen takes the pawn on b6. Knight jumps to a4. He attacked my queen. Queen goes to a7. You need to keep an eye on that c5 pawn. h3, challenging the knight, and I jump to e5. Here, as you can see, this is the third recommended move by the engine, but I think it's not so good. It's not so great. You need to find e5. You need to challenge this strong bishop, and after bishop goes to c1, we would see knight to f6. Knight jumps back to c3. You play e4. You dislodge the f3 knight, and after knight to e1, you jump in with knight to d4, and you have a better game as black. I played knight to e5, and he went back. He put a lot of pressure on that c5 pawn, and here I thought that I need to get rid of this knight. He captured with the bishop, and I jumped in. Here I gave him the quality because the time is ticking. I was 30 seconds below the clock. He was 30 seconds ahead of me, so I didn't find the best continuation, the best move. I thought that the knight is well placed on d4. He captured the rook, so he got an exchange. Here I recaptured, and he played b4. He is trying to dislodge my knight. He's trying to dislodge my knight, and I captured the knight, and this is the last mistake, which could cost me the game. Rook takes on a4, and I played e5, which is how did I miss this? Which is a mistake. And he continued with b5, a very nice move, trying to create a passed pawn or take the pawn with the rook. I push the pawn because I have nothing better. He captured my powerful knight. He takes on d4, and queen goes to f3. Now, as you can see, this is pretty hopeless for black. I tried to grab some pawns. I have 1 minute on the clock. He has got 2 minutes. Rook d8, and queen infiltrates in the position. Queen goes to c6. I played bishop to f8, attacking the pawn. He played b6, very nice move. I played queen goes to b8, and Here in this position, he captured the pawn, and I captured the d6 pawn. He played rook to b1, trying to push the pawn. I tried one last trick to play for d3. He played b7, which is a mistake. I played d2, and in this position, he played I'm going to ask you, this is the critical position. He played queen to c8, which is a big blunder. Now feel free to pause the video and try to win the game with the black pieces. What do you play and why? You can comment in the comments down below. Do you see the queen and this long diagonal? You just promote to a queen because you're much faster. And he needs to capture the queen. You deliver a nice checkmate, and I won a game which I should not have won. This is the last and final game I will be showing so far of my chess progress. I really hope you will enjoy it. I'm really proud of this game. I checked the game with the engine, and it evaluated my play that my rating performance was 2700. I played 97%. My opponent played 91, but he made one mistake, one blunder in the game, and that cost him the game. Because if you're playing at that level, every mistake you make, every inaccuracy you make, your opponent will get ahead of you, and you will suffer, or you will get quickly checkmated. So let's see this game. I opened with d4. We have c5, immediately challenging my center. c3, c takes on d4, c takes on d4, d5. This is all book play. We have knight to f3, knight to c6, attacking the pawn, developing the knight before the bishops. We have knight to f6, bishop to f4, principal stuff, a6 and e3, nicely closing the structure when the bishop is out of the pawn chain. We have e6 and h3, a very useful move, making room for the bishop. We have bishop to d6, and here I didn't want to trade bishops. I go for a pin, which is a slight inaccuracy. Here the engine suggests that you need to trade bishops, and then after bishop to e2, we would see something like bishop to d7, both players castles, and everything is fine, but he went back, bishop to e7, bishop to d3, h6, attacking my bishop. I went to f4 square, and he cancels. Rook to c1, nicely developing the rook, and he really wanted to trade my dark square bishop, so here I traded this bishop, castles, developing the light square bishop to d7, bishop goes to b1, and rook from a to c8, nicely developing the rook to that semi-open file. a3, preventing any knight jumps to that b4 square. So he went for knight to a5, eyeing that c4 and the b3 square. I developed the queen. The rooks are now connected. The queen is nicely defending my b2 pawn. He went in with the knight to c4. Here I played rook from f to d1, which is a slight inaccuracy, but what can you do? Rook from f to 8, and here I was thinking about, with this move, rook from f to d1, I was thinking about opening the center, and if he takes, I can take with the knight, and the rook is nicely eyeing that queen. So this was my idea. And I played e4. I challenged his center. He took on e4. I took with the knight. So knight attacks the queen. And he captured my knight. And here I capture with the bishop. I'm going to show you the best approach here for white, which is really interesting. Here I needed to find but what can you do? It's blitz. Queen takes on e4, and after the best defense, f5, you capture the b7 pawn. Rook to b8. This knight is hanging. Queen goes to a7. And let's say, for example, if black is greedy and wants a pawn, you cannot capture with the rook because your knight will fall, but you can capture with the knight. This move is a mistake because white would play rook to e1, and after rook from e to c8, we would see something like knight jumps to e5. You attack the bishop 2 times, and after bishop goes to e8, you play bishop to a2. You put some pressure on the pawn. This pawn is pinned. The king is on g8 square. So you need to move the king. We have a trade of the rooks. Rook takes, and you attack the rook. And at the end of the line, as you can see, white is much better. It's +2 advantage for white. So probably white would win this game. But that didn't happen in the game. I played bishop takes on e4. And he continued with b5. I went back, bishop goes to b1, and bishop to c6, nicely putting the bishop on this long diagonal. Knight jumps to e5. I try to harass this bishop because this bishop is really annoyed me. And second, I was hoping that he would capture with this annoying knight. He captured. D takes on e5, and the queen goes to e7. And now this is the critical position. As you can see, the position is equal for both players. Here I was thinking I had 2 minutes on the clock. He's got 1 minute and 17 seconds. You're white. Try to figure it out and get really in the position and try to find the best approach and solve this amazing chess puzzle. Here I was just thinking about the attack, and I was looking this e4 square, and I sacrificed my rook and played rook takes on c6. The point is that I saw some mating ideas. I didn't saw the end. I saw the mating ideas. You need to accept, otherwise you're just losing the game. So rook takes on c6, and here I played the queen goes to e4. The point is that you're threatening to capture the rook and you're threatening mate. And here, let's say, for example, if he moves the rook back, this is we can give it a big blunder mark because this is check and you need to move the king, and this is checkmate. So here in this position, he was thinking and he found the best solution. He played queen goes to c7, and now it's not mate because the king can escape via the dark squares, but I gave him a check. I tried everything in the attack. He went to f8 square, and I gave him a check on h8. King goes to e7, trying to escape. I picked up a pawn because this rook is nicely cutting the escape square for the king. So I have check on f6, and at least I have a perpetual check. And here in this position, he played a big blunder. He played rook to c1. This is the second pause the video moment. Try to figure it out. What would you play in this position? punish your opponent for this blunder. First, I gave him a check. The point is you cannot escape, like we said. And when he played king to f8, I played queen takes on f6. You connect with the rook. And after, let's say, for example, king moves, you just pick up the rook. You're up a piece. So this is completely winning. He resigned the game on move 31 because he knows there is nothing more to be done. But I'm going to show you a one quick line how he should defend his position. After this move, queen takes on g7, he needed to find rook to f8. And this is a draw because queen delivers check, king goes to e8, and now you defend the pawn. Rook attacks the queen, but now you block with the bishop. And let's say, for example, after f4, f5, sorry, you capture the pawn, you gave him a piece, he captures the bishop, but now you got perpetual because queen takes on e6, queen blocks, you give a check on g6, queen blocks, you play queen to d6. The point is that here is mate, so you need to block mate. Queen goes to c7, you block mate, but now you deliver again a check. Queen blocks and queen to g6, and this is perpetual, so this would be a draw. But yeah, it all came down to this moment when I sacrificed a rook. It is a really nice combination. I hope you enjoy it. So I really hope you like my chess progress, my 3 games that I've shown. And please consider subscribing, like this video, share it so everyone can improve in chess and learn some stuff. I will be making more ZUPI'sChess chess battles videos, so stay tuned. And we will see you soon. Enjoy in your day and goodbye, guys. See you soon.